a mentor of mine, Dr. Gilbert Belazikian, highly respected mentor who has influenced Bill and I very much, loved the Middle East and wanted me to be involved in the Middle East. And I kept saying, no, Africa's my place, Finally, he said, would you just attend one conference for me? And it was a conference in Amman, Jordan, that was taught entirely by Arab Christians. So it's taught by Christians from Egypt, Lebanon, Jordan, Syria, Iraq, the West Bank. And all of the teachers were Arab Christians. All of the learners were Americans and European Christians. And so we just sat there for a week and heard the heart of these Arab Christians. And I cried all week. And there were two things that just gripped me. One is they just talked about how abandoned they feel by the Western church, which of course it's true. Most Western Christians don't even know there are Arab Christians, don't know that there is a community of Christians in the Middle East. And so that's very obvious. The second thing they said was that American Christians do not understand how our attitudes and behavior in relationship to Israel hurts them as Arab Christians. Mm-hmm. They said, here we are, Christians, but we're Arabs, we're living in a primarily Muslim world, and all of the people that we live around here, they look at American Christian relationship with Israel, and they see that American Christians support everything the Israeli government does, blanket support for everything, and they totally seem to be unaware of the plight of Palestinians living in the West Bank and Gaza. They don't seem to understand that there was any injustice or any problems that they are facing. And so that inflames the Muslim world. And here we are as Arab Christians, and we used to live in relative peace, and harmony with our Muslim neighbors. But now we're being equated with American Christianity, which appears to be very imperialistic, militaristic, and totally unaware of the plight of the Palestinians. And it really hurts us. Now suddenly we're seen as like the enemies in our own communities. Mm-hmm. And they said, American Christians just don't know. And they don't realize what they're doing to us. And I didn't just hear this from one group of Christians. As I began traveling more throughout the Middle East, I heard it from group after group, from evangelical brothers and sisters saying American Christians need to wake up. And I felt such a calling because now I knew. And I had these dear brothers and sisters saying to me,
these are your friends.
Please tell people, please be our voice. And so, I had a very deep sense of accountability and responsibility that I felt. So I thought the first thing I have to do is really learn. And I don't want to just learn from books. I want to see for myself. I want to visit with Israelis and Palestinians, with Jews and Arabs, with Christians, Muslims, everybody who's there, and find out what really is the reality and what is the situation there. And one of the things that happened on one of my earliest kind of learning trips to the Holy Land is that I had several Israelis and several Palestinians of different religions, some secular, some very, devout in their religion, but they all said the same thing to me. If you have come here to pick sides, don't come. We don't need you. That'll only cause us more problems. But if you're willing to figure out what it means to be a friend to Israelis and Palestinians, then come, join us, help us walk together toward peace. And I heard that from so many different directions that it just gripped me.